Jim and the Missus. How you doing? This is Aid, just putting in my video response to your Show Your Stones thread. Thought this was absolutely fantastic idea, especially seeing as I'm a Stones fan. So I'm looking forward to doing this. I've also got to thank you because while I was going through my Stones records, I found this, which I thought I'd lost forever. And it was sat there in the middle of my Stones. So I'll get started. Your first question is to tell the VC who your favourite Stone is. That's a no-brainer for me. That will be Charlie Watts. Been a big fan of his for many years. I think he is a fantastic drummer. I think he's quite an underrated drummer. I'm a drummer myself, and I know all the drummers, and some of them think he's a little bit lazy, and I've seen videos myself of him saying that he wished he'd had lessons earlier in life and this, that and the other. And he gives the impression that he's not very good. He obviously is. You don't play for Rolling Stones if you can't, if you don't know what you're doing. I think he's fantastic. Fantastic drummer, fantastic man. Keeps the band together absolutely superbly. I'm extremely jealous of his job. Next question: show your Rolling Stones Holy Grails in terms of vinyl. There's a lot of very, very valuable Stones vinyl about. Anybody who owns the first one or two UK pressing albums, the first or second album they released, if you own an original first copy of that, first pressing of that, in near mint condition, you're talking hundreds and hundreds of pounds. I've seen really poor condition copies of the Rolling Stones go for 150 quid. Copies that, to be honest, myself, I wouldn't pay a tenth that for, because that ain't why I buy vinyl. I buy vinyl to play. Even if I had the money, I wouldn't buy the first pressings at that sort of price, because it doesn't interest me. I just want to play. This is Between the Buttons. It's not a first pressing, it's a second pressing. It's one of the earliest second pressings. Front laminated sleeve, near mint condition, and it's probably worth 30 or 40 pounds. I think I paid about 25 for it, and I bought it because it's the Stones, not because I thought it will appreciate in value or anything like that. So that's that. And the last question: tell the VC what your favourite Rolling Stone record is. That was quite difficult, to be honest, but I've gone for Exile. It's probably the one I play more than any of the others, so for that reason I'm going for Exile. I could have gone for Aftermath, another fantastic album for me, some great tracks on it. This is a reissue. Again, Aftermath's another one that you get a first press in near mint conditions, worth a fortune. I will show my Stones, but I'm not going to talk too much about them because it'll take too long. This is Stone Age. This is Flowers. I've got one or two duplicates. I think I've got another copy of Flowers somewhere. That's a reissue. Again, I won't open them up and show you the records or anything because it would take too long. This is an Italian pressing on the Superstar label, which is where I found that next to it, and I think that's why I'd misfiled that. This is a Japanese copy of Give Me Shelter. This is Black and Blue. This is Miss You. This is Some Girls. is an original. It's not a repressing. Most people recognise these Hot Rocks and rolled gold. I remember this being advertised on the telly many years ago. This is Rewind. This is Steel Wheels. December's Children and Everybody's. I don't know why, but I've always loved this cover. Rolling Stones Big Hits. And this is Still Life. Solid Rock. Sorry if I'm going too fast, but I want to get to the story of the Stones. There's an awful lot of Stones compilation albums about. Here's another. This I really do love this album. This is Get Stoned 30 Greatest Hits. Obviously the cover is just brilliant. This is Stone Story. This is an early pressing of Big Hits, High Tide and Green Grass. A couple of reissues coming up here. This is a reissue of Let It Bleed. One of my favourites. Top 3 or 4 that'd be. Another reissue. I think the original of Static is quite valuable. This is a phenomenal collection. This is, I think it's 4. I think there's 4 LPs in here. Yeah, 4 LPs. Rolled gold. That's really good. This is Love You Live. This is Rolling Stones contains the Mean Lean Hits Harlem Shuffle, One Hit to the Body and Winning Ugly on a particularly weird looking sleeve that my camera does not like. Now my camera's come back, I'll try again. This is It's Only Rock and Roll. This is another compilation on the Superstar label, different to the other one. This is Emotional Rescue. Another fantastic cover for me. This is Flashpoint Live. This is Tattoo You. Excellent album that is. Anybody guess what this is called? Sucking in the 70s. Made in the Shade. Another one of my top 3 or 4 Out of Our Heads. That's a digital remaster, not an original. This is Around and Around. on the Decca label. Time, oops, waits for no one. This is Through the Dark, sorry, Through the Past Darkly, Big Hits Volume 2. Again, a gatefold sleeve. And this is the same album with the slightly more desirable, I guess, hexagonal cover. This is Get Your Yars Out. Charlie on the front there. And this is the Rolling Stones. Again, this is a reissue. This is more Hot Rocks. This is Metamorphosis. Obviously a reissue, that one. This is a compilation again, I think. The Rolling Stones. That's got a nice poster in it. History of Rock, Volume 10. Quite a popular series there. And, this is my original Metamorphosis. England's newest hit makers, the Rolling Stones. Again, a reissue. Rolling Stones 65 to 70. Rolling Stones 30 greatest hits. I don't know what it is about this particular album, but it took me years to find a really good copy of it. This is from the Music for the Millions series that I think they did for a lot of bands. Again, a compilation. Rolling Stones. This is Goat's Head Soup. I had a bit of a senior moment then. A couple of alternative version of Big Hits on the German label. These are, I think. So that's Big Hits, High Tide and Greengrass, and this is Big Hits, High Tide and Greengrass Volume 2. This is a French pressing of Milestones. And these final few here are Russian pressings. This is Let It Bleed. This is All Together. This is Play with Fire. This is Lady Jane. And I've got a couple of two or three more singles here. This is Under Cover of the Night. The absolutely awesome Ruby Tuesday. And almost Hear You Sigh, which is probably what you lot are doing with the length of this video. So I won't keep you any longer. Jim and the Missus, fantastic question. Take care, guys.